Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Carlson LS703LH-Orange. This is a spring-loaded lift mechanism is what it is from Carlson. This is one of a family of those models that they have. Really the family is, there's three primary models, and there is a let's see here now. There's a link below this video to a document called Mounting Drawings, and that's a good overview that will show you the three different types. Two of them are common, and the other, for me at least in my experience, not common at all. This is the 703, and it's different than the 702 because it mounts to the back wall rather than to the side wall. This happens to be a left-hand unit. If you were standing in front of, let's just say, the footlocker and lifted the lid in front of you, the left is on the left and the right is on the right. This happens to be a left-hand model. This is in what would be called a bronze finish. The standard finish on these is called statutory bronze. And this is a bit darker than what I have historically seen from Carlson. They can also do a black oxide finish as well. This is a bit darker than I usually see, but nonetheless, this will still meet the criteria of statutory bronze. What is this? This is a self-balancing lid closure. The 703 is ordered as either left hands or right hands. However, you can use two lefts on a single unit. It will just look, you know, asymmetrical, I suppose. Whereas if it was me, I would want one symmetrically opposite so I could balance out the look of the footlocker. Keeps heavy lids from slamming shut. Holds lid top open in any position, so you can get that to stay in any position. Features a solid brass enclosure slide. Cover brackets riveted to the cam here. High quality spring, available in different tensions for different lid sizes, which are classified as color, and we'll go over that in a moment. Orange, this is an orange spring and left hand, has an overall length of 6 inch, made of a steel base material, at least this portion is, and has a specific weight rating, which we'll get to in a moment. Let's get into that right now. Next, we're going to go into the assembly of the 700 series material. Now, there is, let's just jump to it. Assembly of 700 series, if you would please open that document. The table is there by which you determine the spring size that you need to be working with. You can see that orange is right at the top, or second to the highest spring rating, which means it has a very high load rating. We also have created a calculator down below where you can enter the weight of the lid, the height of the lid, distance from the front to the back, and that will, when you enter the weight, it will calculate the spring size that you need. Doing it manually, there's a formula on that page as well. To find inch pounds, multiply half the distance from front to back times the weight of the lid. Let's say that you have a 6-pound lid and it's 12 inch deep. 6 times 6, 36. You're doing half of the depth. So if you have a 36 inch pound load, and in this fictional example you'd be of course at a blue rated spring, so you would literally order blue is how that would work. The real common ones that we sell all the time are maroon, yellow, green occasionally. Right in the middle of the range is what we sell the most of. Orange, not very often. That's a lot of inch pounds, realistically. If you're dealing with something that's 10 inches deep and 20 inches deep and weighs 10 pounds, you're in that orange sort of limit area. So that's a large lid to a unit. Now, if you have any questions on how to calculate that, please feel free to reach out to us. That's per unit, not per pair. So do keep that in mind as well. Because it's common to have one of these on a door, on a footlocker. Now the 702 series has installation instructions at top, and there's a simple diagram there that you would follow. And if you have those dimensions according to the diagram, you're going to experience no trouble at all in installing these. Speaking of installation, screws are not included. I would probably be looking for some number 6 pan head screws. Okay. Now the 703 installation is on the bottom of page 1, and the distance from the sidewall, not so critical really at all. I've seen 2 of these installed well towards the center of the unit, like a third in and a third in. The important dimension is that you are following the 1/16 dimension from the top screw to the top of the back of the unit, and then 3" from the bottom of the lid to the bottom screw. And if you have those laid out, then again, no problem. Place bottom bracket so that the screw is 1/16 down from the top of the back panel. Fasten with a number 6 sheet metal screw. Secure second screw as well. Okay. Open lid approximately to 90 degrees. They want it a little bit closer to 86 degrees, it looks like. And place lid support against the underside of the lid with cover bracket flat against this surface. Secure with 2 screws as before. The distance from the back edge of the lid to the first screw hole should be 3". You're in. On the second page gives you a lot of technical details in terms of the dimensional properties that I would certainly refer to when you are drilling additional holes, especially the center to center of these screw holes, although you're probably just going to mark and pre-drill those. You'll see a cross-section of what the cabinet looks like when you're dealing with the 702 or 703. Hinges, obviously, by others. They're showing a common piano hinge that can be installed there. So that's very common as well. And short of that, it's a very simple procedure. Now, there is below this video some factory original images. Pardon me. Yes, that's true. There is also a video that they have posted there that comes from the manufacturer's website. And speaking of that, there is also a link to the manufacturer's web page within our site, where you can review not only all of the Carlson Capital Manufacturing Company items that we sell, you can also obtain a link to the manufacturer's website where you will see, obviously, the information firsthand. I've called Carlson a number of times to get a little bit of technical support, and they're great. I don't know how many different products that they actually manufacture. I think they have a relatively petite footprint. I could be wrong, but they're good about about these lid supports. If you have any questions on the Carlson LS703LH orange spring lid support or any other Carlson product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you very much.